Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. It is I, Piggy, and I am joined by Ash.
Hello.
Yeah, you can't see him yet, but
I'm never very good at saying hello, anyways.
You can't see him yet because he's currently being hidden. But he's a celebrity, you know. We have to hide
Exactly.
him.
I am the talent, as we say. I say.
What I was going to do was I was going to mix our audio. So instead of for the whole episode, because you'll understand in a second, it would have just been you talking as me and me talking as you. Because, the whole thing is, what was the best recast and the worst recast in the history? There's a little joke, imagine just...
Alright, I like it. Yeah, I got there in the end. I was a bit worried as it was getting on, but you got there, you made the point. Love it.
But that's too much effort, and, I can't be arsed.
Yeah, that's too much effort for a very small punchline.
Who knows, we might do it.
Definitely not.
What number is it again? So yeah, this Redditor has commented. Sorry, I just want to read out the username if you don't mind. Translator Les 1776. What a fucking name. So yeah, obviously they're right. What was the best recast and the worst recast in history?
Oh, that's a rough one, really. Best recast, Peggy Mitchell. Without a doubt, unapologetically, because it's one of the funny things where I guarantee if Reddit was around in the 90s when Barbara Windsor was recast as Peggy Mitchell, the worst. I like the original Peggy Mitchell. Why are they changing her? Bring her back. And it's like, yeah, well, one became one of the most legendary soap figures in history, and the other is unknown as fuck. So yeah, I think categorically, Barbara Windsor as Peggy Mitchell is the best recast of all time.
And the worst?
What do you have?
What's the worst?
The worst. It's gotta be Michelle Fowler. It has to be Michelle Fowler. It's like, Susan Tully, one of the favorites of the 80s, a really, really good character. And she's come back. She's now a nonce, and she just did nothing. Like, I'm sure it would have been good, but they just wanted to really ruin the character for no reason. Like, she didn't come back for Pauline dying. She didn't come back for Arthur dying. What the fuck did she come back for? I still don't really know. I still don't know.
We'll find out on the Who Done It in 2016 in 2 years' time. I think it's 2016. But to me, I think the best recast is obviously Peggy Mitchell. It's a great recast because it shows like this is a character. I don't know if Peggy Mitchell, played by the original actress, would have been as iconic.
No,
iconic.
But I think the difference is Barbara Windsor has this inherent chemistry and inherent charisma that everybody genuinely loves, whereas the original Peggy Mitchell, she was serviceable, she was fine, but she definitely wouldn't have become as big a character unless she'd been recast, in my opinion.
I do agree with that. The worst recast is obviously Ben Mitchell's recent stint, in my opinion. Just because of the fandom that led to it, just because of everything that led to it, it was one of the worst recasts ever. I don't like this iteration. I didn't like this iteration of Ben.
Fair enough. I'm not going to say it's the worst recast in history.
No. It's just for the. Do you know like
it is for the toxic fandom? I completely understand.
No. Do you know like when you read like the Daily Sun, where it's like, you won't believe how fat this British actress has got, this fat bitch.
You would not believe how they look 20 years on. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have grown up to be an adult. They were a kid back then.
it is just for the fucking click. Like it's literally.
You would not believe what Charlie Jones looks like 20 years on. Well, no, of course not. He was a fucking afraid kid.
Bring back Charlie Jones, Ben Mitchell, guys. Bring him back.
That video has real cultural impact.
We solved UK racism with that. Like we brought people together with that video. I would say we brought them together, and then they saw our next video and they immediately started fighting again.
Immediately clicked off.
Oh, I like what they say about Charlie Jones. I fucking hate this recast. It fucking sucks. Why was Charlie Jones ever Ben Mitchell? I want Max Bowden.
Yeah, anyway, keep it moving. Keep it rolling.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go for Max Bowden to Ben Mitchell just because I like the fucking, like, when you read the Daily Star, well, who is the Daily Star, and it's like, you won't believe how fat this UK person has gotten, the fat bitch, and it's like, alright, I think he clearly looked at it and they've only put on like a stone, like they haven't even got that fat, they've just bought like a pound. It's like, they're so
because of these articles, you're putting on Max Bowden.
Yeah, I'm putting on Max Bowden, Ben Mitchell. Just so like someone who just hears me saying that will just go, I don't want to watch the rest of the video. I want to now comment and say that you're wrong and you should die. And I'll be like, that's the response
hypothetically speaking, of course.
I'm expecting. As a normal Ben Mitchell stan would say that. You know, you slightly go, his shirt is a bit creased. They go, now will you kill yourself? You know?
This is going to be a controversial line, but for some reason, you know, most like fucking D-list celebrities, they often get death threats, which is horrific. But sometimes they are creative by saying, actually, I don't want you to die because I want to kill you myself. Like, oh, fucking. At least they got some humility. No, it's horrific. No, don't do death threats, you fucking deranged people.
What's the fucking shirt? Or what's the fucking saying? You can't hunt what you can't kill. Or some shit like that.
I don't know, mate.
Just imagining
what shirt?
Just imagining Max Bowden outside, or like a little fan outside Max Bowden's house with a fucking bow and arrow, like, come on out, you little twat. Come on out. But yeah, this is not about Max Bowden, sadly. This is about EastEnders subreddit. Again, given what was the best and worst recast in EastEnders history. So, okay, we start off with Mark Fowler. Oh, fuck. Mark Fowler was probably the best recast, given the circumstance behind the recast being needed, because he fits so well with the Beatles/Fowlers. Beck, Michelle, and Liam were two of the worst. I forgot Liam was recast, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was recast to be a little ginger knobhead.
Oh, at least Paul never got recasted. Jacob.
Oh, he will.
I hope not. You can't replace him. He was lovable. He was a lovable little
I mean,
child.
Look, some child stars into adults just don't make the transition. Some of them just clearly are like, fuck it, I'm on Corrie, I'm going to be great. And then...
You know what it's like? It's like when you see a Disney star from when they were a child to an adult, and it's like, I'm no longer a child now. I'm going to do hard cocaine. And I'm just going to
hard cocaine.
I'm just going to inject black tar heroin into my system. Because I'm no longer a child. Do you guys get it? I'm no longer a child. I can say the F word now. Fuck you. And it's like, okay. That's why I like to imagine the fucking, like, British, like, child stars are when they turn up to 18. It's like, I can say an F. I can say, like, curse words now, guys. And you can't complain.
Flip off. Yeah, Mark Fowler, he was a good character. I see Mark Fowler as one of the most tragic characters in EastEnders history, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I'll do it, but I wrote the premise of a video for this, where, obviously, and I bring this up all the time, so I suppose trigger warning, suicide. The original Mark Fowler actor got hounded by the fucking press to such an extent that it absolutely fucking fried him. You had this young young adult who was suddenly having to live away from his family. He lived in like a little small town where everybody knew each other, and then suddenly he's had to move up to like where the studios are at to film the show by himself at like 18, exposed to London in fucking in like mid 80s, and he moved up there, and then the press hounded him like a motherfucker. Like, just literally anything they could get. And the most damning part of the story is I'm pretty sure he was at a psych ward at some point. But a reporter fucking, like, found him, and then they posted pictures of where he was staying in this psych ward. So he was receiving help for his treatment, and then went, we can't actually treat you anymore. It's like, what the fuck? What ridiculous shit is this? And then, I will just say there's a really good documentary. It's called My Brother David. Obviously, he's David Scarborough, who played the original Mark Fowler. It's a documentary made by his brother about the story of him kind of like rising to EastEnders fame and then obviously falling out of it. But the reason why it's tragic is, first, he was just being like a good person as to why he didn't want to. Because the reason why Julia Smith went, "You're out," is because he didn't want to racially abuse Kelvin Carpenter and the actor. And even in the fucking documentary, the Kelvin's actor was like, "Yeah, I mean, no one had ever done that for me before. Like, it takes a lot to put your job on the line to not openly be against this. Like, fair play." And then from that point onwards, he was pretty much sacked the fuck off, and he was never really allowed to return, even if later on he had probably seemed to sort his stuff out. And then then a couple years after, he was found dead at the bottom of a cliff in '88. And yeah, it's fucking tragic as fuck. It's really, really sad. And then when you bring back Mark Fowler, like senior, when you not senior, when you bring back Mark Fowler as Todd Carty, it's like, the HIV storyline, okay. Still pretty fucking tragic. HIV in the 90s, massive fucking crisis in the media and in general about HIV and AIDS, because no one really understood it. And so it's like, it's that gay virus that is. And with the famous Peggy storyline, and then you kind of have his on and off again relationship with Lisa, where it's a bit weird, and you have Phil getting in there. I think he's just a tragic as fuck character, but I will say that is a very good. It's a very good fucking character. It's still very tragic, but the recast was strong. That's a roundabout way of saying the recast was very good, even if it was in the worst of circumstances that it needed to happen.
I do. Julia Smith seemed like an absolute bitch to work with. I feel like if she went, okay, make me a coffee, 2 sugars, please, with skim milk, and you accidentally put low-fat milk in, she's like, okay, your character's gonna fall on the stairs and fucking die. I was like, Jesus Christ, Julia, calm down.
Yeah, I think at this point she has something of a reputation, right? She has a control like master, like I need to be in control of everything. Otherwise, if you go against my rule, shit's gonna go down. It's like with Nick Cotton, where there was supposed to be Nick and Lofty was teased to be like a gay couple, and they both went. Well, Nick went, yeah, but you wouldn't do that though, would he? And she went, all right, you're off. See ya. You're gone. Fucking hell. Obviously, made some really good characters. Full credit to her, but yeah.
My favorite Peggy is just the Dan watch exit, where they're like, yeah, we want to keep Dan alive. The BBC, that was of course, and they're like, well, we want him dead because if we can't use him, you can't use him. And the BBC went, okay, you're fired. Some shit like that, and they went.
Well, right. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Either they left or the BBC fired. I don't even remember.
No. It's there. You're fired. No. You can't fire us. Why can't we fire you? Be quiet.
Oh, yeah, because they went, and they also went. We're protecting all of our characters. We don't want our characters to get muddied about. And I mean, some of them were on the chopping block anyways, because obviously in the 90s, in the early, like 89 to 90, you had some fucking wacko producers who's like, what if we killed Pete Beale in an explosion? No, don't do that. What if we killed Pete Beale in a hit and run? Oh, well, can't do that. What if we just killed Pete Beale? Nah, all right. I don't think we should do that. Ah. Yeah, but what if he died? Like, guys, do you have a fucking obsession here? Do you want to fuck off?
Just very quickly on the topic of that.
All paraphrasing, by the way. Not all fucking historically accurate information.
Just on the topic of that very quickly. It's fucking... It baffles me, though, like... Because I would love to see Julia Smith's reaction to modern EastEnders.
Poor.
I would... Because I feel like that's the thing where, like, you are... Imagine you're a boss of a company. You started this company. Basically, just imagine Ian from Smosh. I think it's Anthony from Smosh, the other one. And then he comes back, and it's like, what the fuck happened to my company? And they're like, well, producers came in, they ruined our company, but we sold it to you and Ian. And they're like, let's go.
I feel this is like when on the podcast you're like, you're comparing Harry and Barney to Felix and Finley. And I'm like, no, I'm comparing the entrance. You're comparing Felix and Finley to Barney and Harry. Fuck off. You're comparing EastEnders to Smosh. See, we can all do it. We can all do it. Getting lippy. I remember. I'm Julia Smith. You're fucking fired.
You can't fire me, Julia. I quit because I'm gay. Fuck you.
All right. How long's this video at? Shall we actually talk about the topic?
It's been 16 minutes.
All right. Let's rattle through some of these fucking answers.
It wasn't Michelle that was the problem with the Sterling she was given. I was for
yes.
to watch since day one. I was a bit dishonest to have such a glam Michelle. They had made her a disgraced sex offender. It would have been great.
Yeah, she was a teacher in America. She got with one of her students. Come on, what are they doing?
Okay, so these are obviously just got on a ragging on Michelle being recast. The best Kim Madoff as Sam. It's not that I don't like DW. It's just Kim's portrayal. It's just Kim's portrayal much more. Whenever anyone mentions Sam Mitchell, I think of Kim. The worst recasting, Michelle Fowler.
Yes.
I do love how atrocious Daniel... Oh, that's Daniel Westbrook. I didn't fucking know, sorry.
Yeah.
The poor woman is a car crash. I do feel bad for her. But I just enjoyed seeing her Sam Mitchell. You can't act like the way she just is.
Yeah, the Kim Metcalf Sam Mitchell is up there. My main problem is they just haven't allowed the character to progress since like 2008. Or whenever she had Ricky, essentially. Like, the character has not progressed.
And then obviously this guy chimes in saying Martin Fowler for the best. First Martin was fine, but the second one was great. Worst, obviously Michelle. The actress very talented, talked about. She should have created a new character for her. Never like the original Martin. But do agree.
Yeah, I like both. I think... I don't know how... Nah, you don't need to see this shit. This is nonsense. Original Martin versus current Martin. I think original Martin did a really good job of being an angsty teen. I think he get rid of that using it. Yeah. I think that original Martin did a very good job of being very raw and very angsty. But I think that new Martin is much better. But I also don't know how well James Bay would have done as teen Martin. You know?
I do
like when he was doing Vigilante Martin, he was kind of shades of early Martin. It's like I like it because I like you, but is it technically the best? Not really.
I would for like a one-off bring back James Alexander, but like I would do it for a fucking Children in Need where it's the perspective of Martin Fowler. You know, like how they have that running trope in like shows where like you have this obviously like guy who flirts with women and he wakes up in a woman's body and is hit on by multiple people. I'd have that, but it's like James Alexander, like he wakes up, he's the original Martin, and then they're like, Martin, you've changed, and then obviously you get James Alexander acting. Don't know how it'd be pulled off, but I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny. Just like, I think it'd be funny to see if he just like, or just you didn't even mention it. They just run into each other in the fucking street, where it's like, oh, you look familiar. Nah, I never met you before. Fair enough. And it's just, or you just have him look in the mirror. You have him look in the mirror, and it's James Alexander, and it's like, whoa. Damn, I look great. It's fucking. Anyway, keep going.
It's fucking like, what's the Muppet Man? Just fucking, am I a man or am I a Muppet? Fucking that, just that plain. Like, am I a man or James Alexander? Yeah, best, Jacqueline Joseph. Jacqueline Joseph as well. She owns the role. Worse.
Very true. The original Lauren was okay. Jacqueline is the definitive one. So yeah. Can I say Lucy Beale was a horrible recast? I know we've only seen a little bit of. I know we only saw a little bit of Lucy Beale before she died, but she was fucking shit. She was so fucking garbage as Lucy Beale in comparison to the other one who actually got a lot of decent enough stuff to work with.
Yep, and we've hit the 21-minute mark, so I better...
Alright. That can be the final one.
Alright, no,
I mean the that dishonourable mention one.
Oh, dishonourable mention, Max Bowden as Ben Mitchell. His version lost all the angst and nuance that Harry Reid brought to the role. It turned him into nothing but a petty thug and more of a chip off the old Mitchell block. Weird to mention, am I the one who likes both versions of them, who sees both versions of Sam Mitchell as two different characters entirely, as Daniel Westbrook and Kim Metcalf played them so differently.
Beautiful. Yeah. Good stuff. I enjoy the Max Bowden hate, although I tend to stay away from the Max Bowden hate because the amount of comments where it's like, you guys just hate Max. It's like, no, we don't know, do we? We love Max, just not the Max you're talking about. Like, don't fucking bring the actor into it. It's not the actor's fault that that's what he was given. Like, the actor acted the fucking scripts. I didn't like where the character went. I don't hate Max Bowden, for fuck's sake. He's sound. He did the role to the best of his ability, so full credit to him. But yeah, decent little one of all the characters and all of the recasts. Which was your favourite recast and your least favourite recast? What ruined the character for you and what changed it completely? Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to join us in the next one. See you then. Bye bye.